am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Wanna bet on that, Batman?
It's me, the media guy here. Sorry for my awful Batman and Mr. Freeze impressions. But anyways, if those impressions didn't give it away, today I'm here to share my thoughts on Batman and Mr. Freeze in Sub-Zero. Yeah, you can already tell where this is going, since this is related to Mr. Freeze, if you know what I mean. So you might have heard about this movie since it's also based on Batman the Animated Series. But just in case you guys don't know much about this movie, don't worry about it. There's the description. Batman faces his coolest case ever, pun intended, when Mr. Freeze returns to Gotham and kidnaps Batgirl, aka Barbara Gordon. While unraveling the mystery of Batgirl's disappearance, Batman and Robin discover that she's part of Mr. Freeze's frigid plan to save his dying wife, no matter what the cost. Oh boy, desperate times calls for desperate measures. With time running out, Batman and Robin must find Gotham's most cold-blooded villain, once again pun intended, and prevent him from putting Batgirl on ice forever. This is probably one of the most chilling movies ever. Yes, since this is what I think about this movie, it's actually pretty harmless. I mean, despite the fact that it's not a very long movie, in fact, it says it's only 67 minutes long, I find it to be pretty chilling and also heartwarming. Batman is still recognizable in the DC franchise in general. It has a great plot, great animation, and it actually shows how Mr. Freeze can be very concerned about his wife, Nora Freeze. Yes, I know her last name is spelled F-R-I-E-S, which I'm guessing her last name would have been pronounced Fries, but in actuality, some people would pronounce her name and Mr. Freeze's name with just, well, Freeze. And we actually do know about Mr. Freeze's origins, on how he was once a harmless doctor named Dr. Freeze, who was trying to find a cure for his wife's illness. But due to some kind of freak chemical accident, thanks to some no-good greedy people who was trying to shut down the operation, he actually got infected by some chemicals that made his body get used to negative 10 below degrees temperature, and he became Mr. Freeze. So yeah, I assumed that most of you guys are already familiar with Dr. Freeze's origins already. But I just thought I would give you guys a quick little... Sorry for the stuttering. I just figured I would give you guys a quick little history lesson in case you don't know. But yeah, even though this is action-packed, it can also be quite dramatic at times. Because even though Mr. Freeze and his friend, and his doctor friend George Basil kidnapped Batgirl, I guess he had no other choice to save his dying wife from her illness. I mean, like the back of the DVD just said, no matter what the cost is. And like the old saying goes, desperate times calls for desperate measures. And you honestly can't blame Mr. Freeze for this, you know? Sometimes we had to do sometimes we had to do things for drastic measures, whether it makes sense and we like it or not. I do like how the beginning of the movie takes place around Antarctica, which I'm guessing he must have been there for a long time due to his last encounter with Batman from some kind of different case. And, well, forgive me for spoiler alerts, but we actually do get to know about what happened. We actually got a chance to know what happened to Nora Freeze. She actually did get cured later on and was brought back to life. Yeah, Mr. Freeze was overheard this when he got his leg broken during the aftermath, and he was watching two guys watch the news at some kind of Gotham weather station, which I'm guessing it takes place 2 weeks later, which totally makes Mr. Freeze happy that his wife is now okay. So yeah, I guess it can get a little bit dramatic at times. And I'm sorry about the little spoiler alert. Well, maybe it's not that big of a spoiler since I assume that you guys have already seen this movie countless times before on VHS, DVD, or saw it premiere on Cartoon Network at some point. So overall, I think Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero is a great movie. So I will give this movie 5 icebergs out of 5. And I'm sorry if this review is very short. But as usual, I did my very best to describe this movie as best as I can. So make sure you guys have a great evening and stay very cool. Get it cool as in a... never mind. You guys get the joke.